Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Project Overflow. And we are here in our second episode in this series where we are learning how to actually, or talking about how to do investing. Okay. And the previous episode, we talked about how we look at money or we look at resources as a servant or as a robot that you can employ to be able to take away some of the stresses that you have to be able to do the investing part for you. And how does it look like? All right, and this episode we actually want to focus a little bit more about what are the various areas where you can employ these robots that allow you to now begin the whole investing journey, right? So I want to start with this one, and I think this is a very interesting one. I had a discussion with Zuan, maybe about 6 months ago or so, and we talked about this, and he really, in his knowledge about this really intrigued me. Not that he's a professional or anything, but just as a consumer, it really intrigued me. Okay, and that's got to do with estate planning. Okay, I want to use that word, but what we are used to thinking about is actually insurance. Zuan, would you like to share with us a little bit about what you shared with me 6 months ago about how do we plan for estate planning rather than looking at it as insurance?
Yep. I think the most important reason to get insurance is this is same thing. We were talking about getting employing, right, or getting a robot, right. We don't simply just go out there and employ somebody or get a robot that does everything. For me, is my journey about insurance is quite interesting because I started out as an average consumer, getting insurance just for the sake of getting it, but never really looking into what's the purpose of insurance and why should we have insurance, right? And my very first insurance plan, because I was young and it was also very cheap and barrier to entry, is all everything lumped into one. Meaning that it's investment link, it has personal accident PA, it has medical card, and then it has some life and all that. It suits that function at that time. But one thing I realized is not sustainable, and it's also not doesn't suit my need. So my journey actually started when I have a friend who is not an insurance agent. He's actually a financial planner, okay, a CFP, chartered financial planner, the actual one, because a lot, in Malaysia, a lot of people they use these terms. They are financial planner or wealth planner, but they're just an insurance agent. Nothing against them, but it's a very different function because I really wanted to sort out my finances, and I realized that a lot of wealthy people or people who has wealth, knows how to increase their net worth or wealth. They usually have a financial planner. So that is what started my journey with this. And I realized that insurance actually have functions. Okay, yeah, and there's benefits. There's benefits of insurance, and what is the purpose of getting the insurance? Because the very first question my financial planner actually asked me is, why do you need an insurance? Instead, it's so different compared to an insurance agent. They just say, hey, you need it, you need it, you need it, just in case. So that started my journey, and what I come to realize is this: there is different functions for different insurance. Okay, for and for my insurance now is everything separate. I don't have everything lumped together, and I don't purchase everything from the same company, because if you go with a financial planner, they are actually like a broker. They have access to all the different companies out there, and they are obligated to give you three quotations based on your needs, and you have to sign off before they can execute the plan or policy. So that actually brings down the cost of insurance for me, and I get to also see and look at what the companies out there are offering over the other. Yeah, so what I found out was this: it's actually better to separate your insurance. Is because the first thing is, my PA is separate. My PA is from a different company. Okay, I have that separately, and I get to bring it down because I only need the function of PA is, if you really get into any accidents or whatnot, it's just to cover that cost, right? And it doesn't affect the medical card or the life insurance. I also have a medical card, which is separate as well from the rest, because I have certain requirements that I need, especially because I'm living here in Klang Valley. What I need is my medical card function is this. If I don't claim it, they actually add on the bonus, okay, into the rooms. Because it's not to pay the bills, but the room rate, let's say for example now it's 250, 250 per night. If I don't claim, it automatically go up to 300, 400. It will keep up with the cost of medical care, right? So that's the thing that I chose for my medical card. And also as men, we need to, because I also realized that critical illness is very gender specific as well. There's generic one, and also for men, we also are prone to certain diseases, and for women as well. So I can personally customize and pick that to cover for that purposes. And the last one is what I realized was life insurance. Okay, life insurance is actually I didn't know that it's a function. The function of life insurance is actually is number one is to cancel debt if there's any debt. If not, then it's not. If not, then you can actually use it as a gift to leave behind, or you can also use it as a what we call a legacy to pass down to your family, right, when you're no longer around. So I find it very interesting because nobody actually taught me this, except when I spoke to my financial planner. And also then he actually, there's actually a calculation like how much your life insurance should be if you want it to leave behind or you want to cancel it as debt. And also there's something called insurance planning, because once all this piles up, it will be in the millions, right? You don't want it to be dispersed directly, because you can also then plan it to put it into a trust, or later on you can maximize that instead of just dispersing it and don't know what your family will do with it, right? So it's very interesting. That is from my experience, and I really suggest if you have a financial planner or a friend who is in this industry, go and sit down with them, because they can really do a very good in-depth review of your existing policies.
Wow, isn't that fantastic? When the first time I heard it, I was like mind blown, right? And through the months, I've also done a little bit of my own research. But what I really like to draw everybody's attention to is this, right? Zuan said this at the very beginning. He said that you engage the right party, like staff. You engage the right staff to be able to do the right job. You don't hire a cook to drive your very expensive cars. You don't hire a mechanic to cook your children's meals, right? So similarly, if we actually hire jack of all trades to be able to handle all the wealth that we have, or in all the different ways, even in just one area which we call insurance at the moment, if you only lump it and then what you have is a substandard of everything, right? So we will come back in the next episode and talk about it a little bit further, because we only have 2 minutes left here, but in this call. But Zuan brought up things like PA, and things like that. I think a lot of our audience here may not know, or you may know it from an insurance agent's perspective rather than each one in its own right. So we'll talk about that a little more in depth in each of them, and why and how do we calculate that a little bit more accurately, or open up the subject a little bit more. Okay, so we'll see you in the next episode. But remember, if you like what you hear here today, don't forget to press the like button, smash it, and make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification button so that you know when we will post our next video. All right, till then, we'll see you in our next episode. We will continue in this topic. Bye bye.